Very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the online trading session with myself, Giles Cochran. Okay, it's been an interesting day today in the E-mini, so I'm looking forward to this. A tentative ceasefire, that's where we're at. Let's get into the session. So markets this morning are rallying sharply higher on the tentative ceasefire that's been announced by US President Donald Trump early morning UK time. Israel and Iran have violated the ceasefire since its inception, but things seem to have calmed down after the latest attack, and we'll have to see how it settles. For now, it seems like there is a ceasefire, and you can just see equity markets rallying sharply higher on that volatility, the VIX dropping lower. So markets seem reasonably content that this is a serious ceasefire and that it won't be jeopardized by any violations on either party. We certainly know US President Donald Trump does not want that, and he's working actively to ensure the ceasefire holds. Bond market sort of flattish. You can see oil down on the de-escalation, gold down on the de-escalation. All of that makes sense. And you can see the dollar down on the de-escalation. So what we're looking at today is a couple of things. One, Powell speaking at 3 o'clock. He has already announced a written statement that was released at 1:30. He basically says we're in a wait and see position. Now, if you remember, we had Waller and Bowman, who were both making a case for a July rate cut. That sent equity markets higher. Powell hasn't done that. He said we're still in that wait and see mode, and he's attentive to both sides of the Fed's mandate. Remember, the Fed has a dual mandate, which is on the one hand, stable prices, on the other hand, maximum employment. And what he's saying is, okay, we're looking at both sides. Inflation is dropping, that's good, and the labour market is weakening, which means we're edging towards the Fed being able to cut interest rates. We know US President Trump is desperate for Powell to cut rates. He's vocally demanding it, essentially. Powell saying we're still two-way and we're going to wait to see what happens. We are moving towards rate cuts though, and what Powell says at 3 will be very interesting. The important thing now, what we look for is if Powell echoes July rate cut, then look for upside in equities into the S&P 500. 3 o'clock is the risk. So until then, we'll be looking at the order flow. Now, interestingly, the order flow from the overnight session, yeah, we did see some strong gains in sort of late night last night, but equity market, the order flow is negative from the overnight session. We are just
coming up in about
flattish.
We're expecting remarks from Fed's Hammock, that's the 2026 voter, is set to speak at the Barclays CEPR Monetary Policy Forum. In terms of some of the recent remarks we heard from Hammock in late May, did say that right now the best action for the Fed is to sit on its hands. We'll take more time to see how business decisions are influenced by trade policy. It says sentiment data about the economy has been concerning. In terms of format, we are expecting a text release and Q&A.
Okay, nothing there. The developing value area high is at 60.80, and you got this value area, confirmed value area high here, and the weekly point of control sits at 60.80. So that's key support area. On the 15-minute, notice we've got first standard deviation up there at the 61.59 and the first standard deviation down here at the 5997 region. So what I'm looking for here is, do we get any buyers stepping in across this value area here on the daily chart? That's going to be a key area, sat in around that 6100. So what I'm looking at is, do we see buyers coming in at 6100? That's what I'll be expecting. In the meantime, we've got some sellers building in just underneath the daily VWAP. If we start pushing above the VWAP, this could hold, and see what we're looking for to see, do we start to get, does this area hold? You can see on the TPO, price moved up, trying to hold value up there. And this is a key area. As long as we stay above this region, then you'd expect buyers to step back in. So if we drop back down here, expect buyers on a first test. So it is a buyer's market. Get up above that value area high, then we could expect markets to carry on higher. This is a bullish outlook, okay? And that's what we're looking. So if we go drop back down here, look for buyers. You can see where those sort of lows are. This is a nice buy area, the standard deviation, good target. Okay, so what we're looking for is how the market's open and what we get from the very get-go. This region here, very nice. That's 60.75, and you can see here 6,100, great area. So first area of real interest for me is down here. Otherwise, if we start trapping these sellers in the get-go, happy to go long with that. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what we're waiting for. Risk obviously today is you get the ceasefire doesn't hold and then equity markets drop lower. Also worth being aware of the NASDAQ. We're coming into a very hot seasonal pattern for it. If you look from 30th of June to 22nd of July, it's 93% winning trade percentage. So we're coming into a very hot period for stocks, particularly the NASDAQ. Just be aware of that. It's the last kind of hurrah before the summer. So with that being said, we'll keep that as it is. And I'll be coming back here for the open as it stands, expecting buyers and just waiting for a good opportunity to go long when we see it. Folks, that's all for now. We'll be back at the open in about sort of 15 minutes. We're coming into the open, no sellers trapped, looking like potentially trapping buyers though. Let's see, not quite. Okay, so we're quite neutral here. Let's see what happens. On the hourly, see that delta is negative, sentiment is positive. We're going to be, yeah, good morning Najam, we're going to be led by the order flow. So those sellers, right, just about trapping those buyers, didn't they? Let's see, buyers coming in on the open, delta positive. A bit messy this. Need to see if we get anything clear. Just watch it here on the one for a bit. Let's get a bit of clarity here. See the absorption, price moving lower, but buyers coming in. Buyers trying to come in here. Okay, buyers trapping those sellers. Any dip down at the open, I'll happy to buy off that standard deviation if we get a move back down here. Because those buyers have trapped these sellers. So dip down to here, I'm happy to buy in. Just see if you can get a little move. You've got Powell speaking 3. It's got Powell speaking half an hour. That may just keep things a little bit cagey. Powell speaking at 3, folks, today and tomorrow. Here we go. Okay, moving down. Testing, see if we test that standard deviation. Okay, test the standard deviation. I want to see if this holds here.
Just 1 minute now to the text release expected from Bank of England's Ramsden.
Okay, so if I had a test at this level, and I'm just happy to move that to just around break even. If I go back there, I'm not interested. I was looking for a pullback, buy up and go. So let's see if we get it.
Just an update from China Foreign Ministry. Says China is in contact with Iran. Israel hopes to see a real ceasefire, according to the ministry statement. Says all parties should resume dialogue on an equal basis. Just 10 seconds now to BOE's Ramsden.
Okay, that's where some sellers could potentially get trapped there. Let's see how this is on the 15.
Just seeing Ramsden remarks, says the cumulative evidence of material loosening in the labour market has influenced him. adds that I am now attach more weight to the downside risks to inflation in the medium term.
Delta coming in positively. These buyers trying to tap these sellers, wanting to move up to the daily VWAP. So let's see how or if that carries on.
And Ramsden says the June decision was a finely balanced judgment for him.
Okay, Delta pushing up. Let's see if we get any further. So I was going to move my stop up underneath this
Ramsden said that
candle now.
The unemployment ratio has come down significantly, mostly due to lower vacancies.
Yeah, in fact, I think I'm just going to take that.
Ramsden says even at 4% ISS, that monetary policy would remain clearly in restrictive territory.
Right, just taking that off against the VWAP. That's not an unreasonable target to have hit. Okay. Now let's have a look.
And Ramsden sees no inconsistency with his latest vote and the MPC's gradual and careful approach to the withdrawal of restrictiveness. On the vacancy and unemployment gap, says it does suggest economic-wide slack has opened up. Just making your way, US President Trump on Truth Social has posted a screenshot of conversation with EU's Rutte. Says you are flying into another big success in The Hague this evening. It was not easy, but we have got them all signed onto 5%. A message from Rutte.
Okay. 1 minute, trying to break out now.
And Ramsden says that risks to inflation continue to be two-sided. I am now attaching more weight to the downside risks in the medium term.
Okay, let's see. Can it manage it? Looking good.
Right. Ramsden says we are seeing sustained cumulative loosening, not abrupt weakening.
Yeah, so buyers trapping sellers again. Crucial area here. Let's see if we manage it. Retesting the daily VWAP. Retesting those trapped sellers. Buyers could step in here. Come up to a 5-minute close. Now that could give us something. Let's see. Got Powell speaking at 3 is a tricky thing. One minute. Delta is positive from the US Open. 15-minute. Have we got any trapped sellers? Trying to trap these sellers here, but this is where the battle, this is where the battle takes place. First kind of win will need to be seen on the 5-minute chart, and we need to see these sellers getting trapped, pre-open sellers. Let's see how far we go. Right. So if we get those sellers trapped, I would be happy to go long. So there'll be 6124, stops under 6118. Let's see if we get it. Okay, so 5-minute buyers. Are they able to trap those sellers? Yes, they are. So I'm happy to go long at market there. Stops underneath the point of control and just see if I can get a run up here on this.
Just further in that military statement from China's foreign minister, says it held a phone call with the Iranian counterpart.
Okay, I want to see that go. Okay, it's making a move. Going to be selling up against that standard deviation if I can just get up to that area.
And more from China on Iran says it to support Iran in safeguarding its national sovereignty and security.
Okay, let's see if we can just get up there, hit that, take profit. Well, it's quite close to PAL, so I think I'll just nearly going to take this off. Right, okay, just gonna nearly there. Come on, see if we can just clip that. Yeah, okay, got it. Great. All right. So just taking profit against that standard deviation. Delta remains positive, building.